There we go. My video over here in the right spot. Open up the chat window. All right. Well, welcome everyone. I'm very excited to have you all here with me this evening. I've got some fun stuff to share with you. And so I'm really happy that you're here to help me celebrate my 18th anniversary of Nectar Consulting this month. And so I wanted to give a little gift to everyone for helping me continue doing my good work in the world that fills my heart and my soul. So let's have a look at where we're headed tonight, and then we'll dive in, okay? So first and foremost, I can get this, there we go. We are going to be talking about what are some of your unconscious beliefs that are holding you back about money. You know, money is one of those fabulous topics that everybody's got something around. We make up stuff about it. We inherited ideas about it and what that looks like and feels like, right, in our bodies. We're going to be discussing the principles of the mind and how they work for you or against you. Because the more you understand how your mind works, the better control you can have over it. Next, then we're going to talk about what is rapid rewiring, this fascinating piece of work that I do these days. So I'm going to tell you all about that and try not to geek out too much on the neuroscience of it all, but I love to do that. And then we're going to have an experience. I'm going to take you through a mini RTT session, and what that is, the transformation portion of what a full RTT session would look like, but I'll explain more of that in just a few minutes. And then we'll have some Q&A at the end. All right, sound good? Okie doke. Well, let's just dive in then. Well, first and foremost, you know, as I said, it's my 18th anniversary, and this work really fills my heart and soul. You know, in my former career, I was a creative director and graphic designer, which I had done that for 10 plus years. And I got bullied out of my job one day when I had just moved here to San Francisco, and it was really, really devastating for me. And going through that, it was really like the universe saying, no, not this, but I didn't know what the other thing was at the moment. And so I discovered coaching at that point in time to help me figure out what to do next. And in the process of being coached, I found out what was next for me. It really, all the cells in my body came into alignment when I discovered what this thing called coaching was. And so I went on to get trained and certified up and down and back and round again, and have continually sought to sharpen my saw and learn new modalities about how to be the best version of me, but also how to be an extraordinary coach for others. And all along through that process, I was still having my own stuck spots, right? We all have that junk in our trunk that we can't quite get rid of. And there was a few things that I still hadn't been able to get rid of. So I discovered the work of Marissa Peer several years ago to help me get at those last little pieces. And Marissa is a world-renowned therapist, and she's developed a process called Rapid Transformational Therapy. And doing some work with her was literally life-changing for me in a matter of weeks. The blocks that I had been trying to get at every which way to Sunday for probably 20 years were gone in a matter of weeks. Like, really, no kidding. Big shifts happened, and I was really shocked and amazed. So when she started training people in her methodology, I was like, yes, pick me. And so I went on to become certified as a rapid transformational therapist as well, and a certified hypnotherapist. And in starting to do that work, I was very curious as to what happened after a session, because in Marissa's methodology, it's kind of a one and done, right? And so ultimately what I've landed on is I've combined rapid transformational therapy with my coaching over a 30-day period, and I call it rapid rewiring, because it's really the best of all worlds. And so that's why I'm here today to share this with you. It's why I'm so passionate about this work, is because coaching and RTT literally has changed my life. And I've had the joy of working with thousands of people around the world doing this work and watching them and their lives transform too. So I just wanted to kind of share a little bit about why I love doing what I do every day. Because, you know, part of a big part of our life is spending time doing the work that we do, our career. And if you don't love it, if it doesn't fill you up each day, then maybe that's something to look at. All right. All right. So let's dive in, shall we? So, what beliefs do you all hold about money? What are some of the beliefs, the ideas that you've carried around your whole life, consciously or unconsciously, right? These are some popular favorites, right, that I've heard throughout my years as a coach. Money isn't available to me. I can't keep money. If I have too much, others will go without, right? Rich people are greedy. I'm not enough. I don't deserve it, right? Or gosh, I have it, but then it always runs out. My work, I don't have any value, so why would I deserve to earn it, right? Or I just have to work hard. I'm constantly working hard to earn just enough. So please type in the chat box. What are some of the beliefs that you hold about money? Or feel free to unmute yourself and, tell me what some of those look like and sound like for you. I'm not worthy. What else? Who else has some beliefs that they've been carrying out? I spend too much of it. Oh, yep, that's a good one. I can earn it, but I can't seem to keep it. It somehow seems to like fall through my hands. I have good intentions about saving it, but it never quite seems to stick. Or gosh, just when I've had some saved, then something comes up, some emergency comes up, and all that money that I've saved disappears, right? My aspirations for inflow never seem to happen like I plan. Oh yeah, I've seen that a lot, right? Um, not not being able to um, generate the idea, the levels of money that you really actually want. Um, that can be really, really frustrating. Having a lot of money requires a lot of work and a lot of stress, which will sacrifice my life balance. Yes, Jen, thank you. That's a very popular theme song. People are afraid to sacrifice balance, and that's understandable, especially here in the United States. We work really, really hard. We're constantly going, doing, and trying to find that balance is really key, especially if you have a family, right? Another popular one: I'm not qualified enough to pursue a higher paid job, right? There's a lot of societal norms out there that say, well, you have to have a master's degree or a college degree or a doctorate degree, whatever that is, that higher education. And there's a lot of examples out there of people who've created, trillion-dollar companies without a college education, Steve Jobs being one of them, right? I hate money, and the whole idea of it makes me uncomfortable. Wish it all could be done in trade. Oh, nice. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, there's a whole, I can't be spiritual and earn a lot of money belief I see a lot. I'm afraid to be too busy, so I internally limit what I bring in, right? It can be overwhelming, as Jen said earlier. If I have a lot, then I'm going to have to work really, really hard, and then I'm going to lose myself to it, right? So it's figuring out, how do you work smarter, not harder, right? How do you amplify your brilliance, your talent, your genius in a way that doesn't require more of your time, that actually requires less of your time? So these are all great. Thank you, everyone, for sharing those. Um, Now, if we take that one step further and you look at these beliefs, how are these beliefs, um, what are they costing you? What is this money mindset costing you in time and energy and worry or anxiety? So again, just type your thoughts or your answers in the chat box. Um, you know, one belief that I see a lot is I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not capable enough, I don't have enough education, etc., to be able to do X, whatever that is, fill in the blank. And that costs you in earned income. It costs you in sanity, right? Chaos in my life. Thanks, Melinda. Um, Spinning your wheels, trying to get to that next level. You know, before I did this work with this RTT work, I was constantly doing everything all the experts were telling me to do to grow my business, and yet I wasn't getting anywhere. I felt like I was paddling like hell under the surface, trying to keep a cool facade so it all looked like I had it all together, but I didn't, right? Or I did, but I didn't, right? It just felt like I wasn't getting where I wanted to be. Um, and so that feeling of not being enough, not knowing enough, can very easily keep you stuck on the hamster wheel of, well, if I just have one more degree or one more certification or one more something, something, right? Then I'll be able to get to that place, right? I understand that a lot, Greg. It forces me to seek more education. I did that for probably 10 years, always looking to have more education, because then I would be an expert, but not quite yet, not quite yet, not quite yet. And then one day I realized, wow, I actually do know quite a lot. So why don't I just get at it and see what happens? And things shifted, because when you start to realize and shift the perspectives that you hold about yourself and what you hold about money, because our self perceptions and our perceptions of money are often very closely tied together. It All of that extra energy that we spend keeps us spinning in circles and prevents us from actually having more of the life that we truly want. Um, Yasmin says, stressing over money causes a lot of unnecessary anxiety that having money could alleviate, right? Yeah, absolutely. When you're stuck in a scarcity mindset, I don't have enough, and you're really worrying about how am I going to pay the bills, how I'm going to pay my rent, that's very taxing on your body. It creates a lot of adrenaline and cortisol to run through your body, which can then over time lead to more dis-ease, which can manifest physically in your body. And then it creates a particular perspective that you see the world through that scarcity lens, right? Which then has an impact. As Jen says, it creates a deficit mindset in every area. And, you know, if you boil us all down, we're all energy, right? And energy vibrates at different frequencies, and negative energy, worrisome energy, vibrates at a lower frequency, whereas positive energy vibrates at a higher frequency. And so when we get caught in that scarcity mindset, what we're doing is we're lowering our energy vibration, literally. And physics, we have the law of attraction, right? Like attracts like. So if you're vibrating at a lower frequency, then you're going to be attracting to you more of that lower frequency mindset, people, opportunities, circumstances that are in that same vibrational range. So this process that we're going to go through today, and we're going to talk about some more, is how do you shift your mindset? How do you raise your vibration so that you're expanding your energy in the world? You're able to attract to you higher vibrational people, circumstances, and opportunities to remove the scarcity lens so that you can actually pull towards you more of what you do want in your life and less of what you don't want in your life. Does that make sense, everyone? Yes? Okay, great. So now understanding that you have a belief is the first step, right? Creating greater awareness is key to shifting it, right? But before we start to shift it, I want to clue you into some, what I call the principles of the mind. And the principles of the mind, there's 10 of them, but we're only going to talk about 5 of them today because we'd be here all day. That could be a whole nother webinar, and maybe we will do a whole webinar on that, right? So when you understand the principles of the mind, then you're able to more successfully take back control of your conscious and your subconscious thoughts and how they're battling it out with each other, which I'll talk about in just a few minutes. Okay, so the first principle of the mind is the mind does exactly what it thinks you want it to do and what it absolutely believes is in your best interest, right? We go through life and we absorb information, particularly as children. We're just in absorption mode. We're big sponges, and we just take in all of the information that we're receiving that's happening all around us from our parents, from teachers, from family, from friends, etc. Good, bad, or ugly. There's no discernment. It's just like data in, data out, right? And so if you get some data at some point if you get some data in at some point that tells you that money is bad, right? Or you can't be spiritual and have money, or rich people are greedy, or you can't hold on to it, whatever that belief is, that's quietly running in the back of your mind and your subconscious programming. And so your subconscious programming is what guides your behaviors and your actions every single day. So if that's the imprint that is there, then that's the reality that you will create for yourself, right? And we're going to talk a little bit about how fear plays into this in just a minute, okay? Principle of the mind number 2 is your mind responds to 2 things: the pictures you make in your head and the words you say to yourself, right? We think things and we see things in our mind's eye. So if you're telling yourself, I'm not good enough, or I'm not deserving of money, or I can't earn enough to really have a good life, or whatever that belief is, then that's the neural pathways that are being formed in your brain, okay? And the pictures that you're seeing do the same thing, right? So what you think, you become. And so the more you're telling yourself negative things, the more those negative things become and manifest as your reality, right? I geek out on the neuroscience and the neuroplasticity of this work because our brains are really amazing, incredible things, and they can work for you or they can work against you. And so as you start to understand these principles of the mind, you can start to notice, wow, where are my thoughts at any given moment during the day? Are they in a negative space, what I call below the line, right? If you think this is a water line, right? The negative emotions are below the water line and the positive emotions are above the water line. And so if you're spending the majority of your day thinking negative thoughts, how is that impacting your body, right? Science shows us that you can put intentions in water and it literally changes the crystalline structure of the water, right? And our bodies are made up of 60% water. So if you're telling yourself negative things, how is that negatively impacting your body? Think about that, right? So start to notice, just as an exercise this week, go through your week and check in with yourself. every hour or two, like, where are my thoughts right now? Am I thinking happy thoughts? Am I thinking negative thoughts? Am I worried? Am I fearful? Where are your thoughts? Are they above the line or below the line? And just make note, because if they're below the line more often than not, then that tells you something about your mindset, right? That you want to start to shift. Okay? Principle of the mind number 3. The mind loves what is familiar and rejects what is unfamiliar. Okay, so going back to the neural pathways that we're making, anytime we think a thought, the more we think it, the stronger those neural pathways become. And that becomes what is familiar to your brain. It's like a well-worn groove, like a rut in the road that's been traveled over time and time again, or a record groove, like an old vinyl record, right? The more you play it, the more that groove gets worn. And so when you try to change a belief system that is negative, even though it's what's familiar, you're going to come up against some resistance, right? Your amygdala, which is your fight or flight mechanism, is going to try to keep you safe. And it's going to prevent you from going to unfamiliar territory that is outside of your comfort zone. Okay? So that's why just doing positive affirmations doesn't always work, because you might have two beliefs that are in conflict with each other, which brings us to principle of the mind number 4, which is your mind cannot hold two conflicting beliefs at the same time, right? If you're thinking a negative thought, like, I can't earn enough money, but your conscious mind says, yes, of course I can earn enough money. It creates this kind of ping-ponging effect, right, energetically in your brain, and it creates that stuck feeling, like, I can't quite rise above this. That's because you've got two conflicting beliefs going on. And so identifying that you have a negative belief in your subconscious programming is a big step in shifting that in a good way, right? So for example, I always tell clients, have a positivity playlist, right? A playlist of songs that when you listen to them, they make you feel good. You want to get up and dance. You want to sing. It puts a smile on your face. Because when you're singing and dancing and smiling, you can't frown at the same time, can you? You can't be like, yes, oh my gosh, I'm so miserable right now. I mean, even just trying to demonstrate that is hard to do, right? So as you understand that, then as you notice the negative beliefs as you're carrying around, you can start to shift them, like, oh, okay, what do I want to tell myself instead that's more empowering, that's more uplifting, that raises my energy and my vibration instead of pulling it down? Make sense? Okay. And principle of the mind number 5, you learn what you live and you become what you believe, right? So you learn what you live. So as we go through the experiences of as children, we're exposed to different things, ideas, principles, thoughts, behaviors. And whatever those behaviors were for you as a kid shapes who you become, because that is what's normal. That's what's familiar, right? Even if it was horrible, even if you suffered terrible abuse as a child, mentally, physically, emotionally, as bad as that was, it's normal in your brain because that's just what got programmed in. And so that then shapes your beliefs about who you are and what's possible and what's not possible. So you can see how all of this plays together and can shape positively or negatively how you think about money. All right. So any questions about that before we move on to talk a little bit more about your amygdala? No? Okay. All right. So understanding the principles of the mind, it's important for you to understand who's in charge? Who's in charge in your mind, right? You think it's you, but you could be wrong. So I really like to introduce you to my friend. Meet Amy. Amy's your amygdala. Amy's a little lizard lady who lives in your brain. She's part of your limbic brain, your ancient reptilian brain, which is back here. It's been around for a really long time. And your amygdala is in charge of keeping you safe, right? It is your fight or flight or freeze mechanism. It's responsible for your emotions. And so if Amy gets the idea that money's bad, money's not good, money's not safe, then she will prevent you from having it, right? Because that's her job. And so you have to begin to understand, like, wow, okay, I have this belief about money that is fill in the blank. I'm not good enough, I'm not deserving, etc. And understanding that, you can start to get curious with yourself. Like, how is Amy trying to protect me around this, right? So for example, what I was able to figure out through this work about my own belief about money was really fascinating. I had money and love all kind of smushed together because of my life experience. And what I learned as a kid was if you have too much, then you get shamed for having it. And if you're shamed, then you don't receive love. And so I better not have too much, because then I'll get shamed and then I won't have love. And to me, having love was really, really important, right? As a little girl. So when I was able to see that and separate all of that out, like, oh, money and love actually have nothing to do with each other. They're separate things. They're just energy in different forms and shapes. So that created a massive shift for me, right? So you can start to get curious with yourself. What are my beliefs about money? And how have they been running my life? How has Amy been trying to keep me safe all these years from these beliefs I took on at whatever age it was? It could have been as a little baby. It could have been as a young child. It could have been as adolescent, even a young adult, right? So you get to notice that for yourself, okay? So now that we have kind of this baseline understanding of what's going on in there, right? Let's talk a little bit more about rapid rewiring, shall we? All right, so what is rapid rewiring? As I mentioned, I've been a coach for a long time, and I discovered this process called rapid transformational therapy, which I came up with this very clever formula. I was like, oh, look at that. I cracked myself up. So RTT, rapid transformational therapy, is a combination. It's a really unique, fascinating combination that brings together cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, plus neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, plus hypnosis, right, as a certified hypnotherapist. And then I added into that formula coaching as a certified professional coactive coach, right? So RTT plus CPCC is what rapid rewiring is all about. So let me just kind of give you a high level of what that looks like, right? So inside of a 30-day program of rapid rewiring, we start with a 2-hour rapid transformational therapy session, which has 3 parts to it: discover, rewire, transform. And so in working with a client, I'll have them fill out a detailed intake, and we'll talk about that at the beginning of our session. And I do all my work over Zoom, just like this, which enables me to work with folks all over the world from the comfort of your home, your living room, your couch. It's quite lovely, because no one should be driving after they've had this anyway. You're kind of a little woozy. And so we talk about what are their challenges, what's going on for them. And then I'll have someone sit back and relax, and I'll move them into a very relaxed state of hypnosis, which is essentially dropping you from a beta brainwave state where your brain is active and conscious to an alpha brainwave state, which is that semi-awake, semi-resting place in between beta and delta waves, which is deep sleep, okay? And so in an alpha brainwave state, your conscious critical mind takes a backseat and your subconscious mind comes forward. So you're alert, you're able to answer the questions I'm asking, but your subconscious mind is able to bubble up to the surface all the information we need to get at the root cause of whatever the challenge is that you're dealing with, right? Your whole body is very, very relaxed, as if you were taking a nap, but we're able to have this discussion with your subconscious mind, which is really, really exciting. And in doing so, we're able to get at those underlying beliefs that you picked up somewhere along the way in your life that created your perspective about money, about relationships, about health, about well-being, whatever it is. You know, I get to work with folks in a lot of different areas, and I can share with you all sorts of amazing stories, success stories of people who have overcome limiting beliefs, increased their confidence, overcome pretty significant health issues, from inflammatory bowel syndrome and chronic migraines to severe adrenal fatigue. So in this state of hypnosis, we're able to identify what those root causes are and shift the narrative, because now as an adult you can look back at that period of in time in your life and go, oh, I'm not that person anymore, I'm not that little girl anymore, I don't have those beliefs anymore. And that is a really powerful shift in and of itself. But then the third portion of the call, the transformation, is where I take all of the data that I've gathered and I blend it into a customized recording. So while you're still in hypnosis, I am instilling new empowering beliefs, new thought patterns, new habits, new ways of being in a very particular kind of way, in a hypnotic kind of way, right? And we record that portion of the call. So then at the end, I take that recording, I mix in some binaural music, and I give it to you as the client, right? And your homework is to listen to that recording every night as you go to bed for 3 to 4 weeks, because your brain likes repetition, right? So as you listen to this as you're going to sleep, you're drifting off into alpha brainwave, delta brainwave sleep. Your subconscious is always listening. So it's taking in this information over and over and over again, building new neural pathways. Literally, you're building new neural pathways in your brain. Isn't that cool? Right? And so as you continue to listen to it, Amy, your amygdala, starts to get like, oh, this is the new plan. Oh, okay, that plan, that's not a good plan anymore. Okay, got it. So I'm going to shift over here, and this is now the thing that I'm going to be a staunch stand and defender for, right? So it's about shifting Amy and helping her understand there's new ways of operating, okay? Now, that's just the RTT session. Now we follow that up with 3 weeks of coaching. So weeks 2, 3, and 4, we have 60-minute coaching sessions. And in those coaching sessions, I'm supporting you as you unfold and shift these underlying beliefs, but also we're putting new powerful beliefs, new strategies for success into place. I'm giving you other homework assignments, assessments, etc., to help you achieve your goals, whatever those are, based on what's important to you. Okay, so at the end of a 30-day rapid rewiring program, you've identified the core beliefs, you've shifted the narrative, you've rewritten the narrative, and now you've put new goals and strategies into place to really help you make a quantum leap in your success. So that's what rapid rewiring is in a nutshell. But I have this cool little animation that I want to show you because it explains it in another kind of way that I think you'll really like. So check it out.
So, what's this rapid transformational therapy all about? Well, you'll be relieved to know it's not woo-woo, it's actually science. The brain is amazing and complex, so for the sake of simplicity, we'll break it into its three main parts: the conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind. Hypnosis itself is a natural state that happens to you on a daily basis. It's a trance-like state in which the subconscious is outwardly active. I like to call it the autopilot. For example, have you ever been driving and you arrive at your destination having no idea how you got there? Your conscious mind was focusing on what you were going to cook for dinner, the argument you had with your partner last night, the text message you read when you stopped at the lights, and, oh my goodness, I need to collect the dry cleaning, etc. This is a form of hypnosis, when the subconscious mind actively takes over to help you out. It took care of the whole driving thing for you while you were busy thinking about other things. Your subconscious mind holds way more information than your conscious mind, and hypnosis enhances our access to it. The unconscious mind is the vault in which everything we've ever learned or experienced is kept. This is the programming that creates our reality. We don't usually have access to our unconscious mind, given it's unconscious, yet in it lies every memory and every belief we hold that we are now unaware of. The good news is that sometimes our unconscious mind will share information with the subconscious, giving us access to it. And the really exciting part is that in hypnosis, the gateway between them is more open. To understand it more easily, let's imagine the mind like a computer. Your conscious thoughts are right there on the desktop. They sit there on the main screen. Your subconscious thoughts you can get to, but you'll have to dig into the files a little to find what you need. Your unconscious mind, however, is the programming way beneath the surface. It's the deepest part of the operating system, not accessible without the help of an expert who knows the shortcuts and how to get you into the system. And once you gain access, you'll again need the expert's help to make beneficial changes. The thing is, we update, reboot, and upgrade the operating systems on our computers and devices all the time. But we don't do this with the most important operating system we'll ever use, our minds. Most of us are running our lives on inadequate, outdated, poorly functioning operating systems. Usually this system is created and hardwired in our childhood. The life we experience now is direct output from that old programming. And even if we want or believe something else now, the outcomes are set and they become our reality. When our computers and devices start to give us issues and stop offering us our desired results, we immediately look for ways to upgrade their systems. It's crazy that we don't do this with our minds. How old are you today? How old and outdated might your programming be? Do you need some help to find the blocks and bugs in your old programming? You deserve the freedom you'll find. And I'd love to help you discover it in a rapid transformational therapy session.
Essentially, what it tells us is that this process of rapid rewiring, it's allowing us to move beyond the conscious thinking into the subconscious realm and reset your programming, just as if you were upgrading your software on your computer or on your phone. You know, we get new phones every couple of years, right? And Lord knows they force us to upgrade the software even if we don't want to, because there's bugs in the system and there's things that decide they don't want to work, or they come up with new technology that is better, faster, smarter, right? So when you think about it that way, when was the last time that you upgraded your thinking about money, right? When was the last time you upgraded your programming around your health, your well-being, your relationships, your money, etc.? And so when you think about it that way, gosh, maybe it's time for rewiring, right? So if, you know, as you're sitting here listening, if there's things that you're thinking about, like, wow, I have an issue around this, this, or this, and you'd like to, you know, have a chat with me, a private one-on-one chat, you know, you can copy and paste that link on the screen and schedule a one-on-one session. We'll spend 30 to 40 minutes. It's a complimentary session, and you can tell me more about what's happening with you, and then we can see if now is the right time for you to do some rapid rewiring. All right? But enough of that. Let's get to the meat of it, shall we? This is the really fun part. So the whole point of doing this webinar is I really want to give you an experience of what the transformation is like, right? To help you start to rewire your thinking around money. And so we're going to have you get comfortable where you're at, make sure that your head is supported, right? Turn off your phone so it's not buzzing at you like mine just did. And just allow yourself to take in all this information, right? And you're going to sit back and relax. Now, I'm going to show you two things, right, before we dive in. Because the first thing I'm going to show you is about how we drop into that very relaxed state of being, okay? And it helps us drop into that alpha brainwave state really, really quickly, okay? So I want you to, and I'm gonna see if I can do this gracefully. I'm gonna stop my share for a minute so you can see more of me. Hello, everyone. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to just look at my eyes, okay? And so when we get started, I'll walk you through this again, so it'll be really easy. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you look up as high as you possibly can, as if you're looking into your own eyebrows. And you'll see my eyes start to blink a little bit because it's just a little uncomfortable, but we won't stay here for very long. And we're gonna take a few deep breaths in here, right? And you're gonna keep looking up all the way up. And then on the third exhale, I'm gonna have you keep looking up while then you close your eyelids all the way down, right? And you'll see that fluttering that happens in my eyes because there's a little bit of tension there. And then you'll be able to just relax and keep your eyes closed, okay? Easy peasy, nice and easy. Okay, great. Now, the other thing that I wanna show you is that I want you to just stretch your arms out like this, right? Out in front of you, shoulder height, right? Perfect. Okay, great. Put your arms down. When it comes time, I'll tell you what to do with that as well. Okay? Okay. So, want everyone to get comfortable, to just relax, and we are going to take you into an experience. Okay? So, I've learned that I have to put my hair up or else it'll get on the mic. And I'm probably just going to turn my mic off too. I mean, not my mic, my video off. You can leave your video on or turn it off. No one's going to be able to hear you because everyone's muted. So when we get to the point in it that I ask you to repeat things, you can just repeat it out loud to yourself and fully enjoy this. Okay? All right, so everyone sit back, relax, and I will pop in on the other side, okay? I'm gonna keep the line a little more stable. Okay, so I'd like you to simply make yourself comfortable, sitting or lying with your feet and hands not quite touching, just in an open, receiving pose, knowing that you're accepting some wonderful, positive thoughts today that will help you achieve a tranquil state of physical and mental relaxation, enabling you to open up to receiving more abundance into your life. And this is really your time to experience a perfectly peaceful state of being as you let your body, mind, and spirit just sink more deeply into the place you are, helping you experience total stillness and peace each and every time you listen to this recording to calm your mind and relax your body. So just close your eyes now and notice any areas in your body where you might be carrying any stress or tension. any discomfort from your day, making the choice to just let go of that discomfort, feeling it as it just dissolves away easily as you allow all the muscles in your body to become more and more relaxed, as your breathing becomes more slow, more rhythmic with each and every breath you take. So as your conscious mind begins to drift off, just look up as high as you possibly can, as if you're looking into your own eyebrows, keeping your eyes glued to a real or imagined spot overhead, putting all of your attention on that spot. And as you do, just breathe in and breathe out. Taking another deep breath in, breathe out. And each time you blink, that is relaxation, that is hypnosis coming upon you as you drift deeper and deeper into a alpha brainwave state. And just one more time, keeping your eyes rolled up all the way up, taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just close your eyelids right down, all the way down, deeper, deeper down. And as your eyelids shut down, you can feel that fluttering in your eyes, that flicker, that flutter, and that's a perfect sign that you're responding as the muscles and nerves in and around your eyes are becoming heavy, dreamy, drowsy, and your eyelids are starting to feel right now as if they've been glued shut, sealed shut, locked together. And soon you'll find the harder you try to open your eyes, the more they feel glued shut, sealed shut, locked tight. As you really learn what it means for you to just let go so fully and completely into a deep state of relaxation. So just forget all about your eyes, can go wherever they might go now, allowing a drifting, floating feeling to wash over your whole body like a warm summer's breeze. Just picture in your own mind's eye 10 steps descending, a beautiful sparkling staircase. And it always helps if you just drop your chin ever so slightly, as you get that same looking down sensation you might get as you look over a balcony or down a flight of stairs. And so you're looking down those beautiful 10 steps now in your mind's eye, so inviting. As I count backwards, you're going to see your feet, hear your feet, even feel your feet making contact with every step as you go deeper. You're moving on to that 10th step now, as each muscle, every nerve turns loose, lets loose, and you go deeper. You're taking step 9 and 8 as you move down, drift down, travel down, all the way down, more and more quickly or gradually, turning your attention to the sound of my voice goes with you. You're taking step 7 and 6 as you drift further and further into the depths of your own internal awareness, sinking deeper into a wonderfully relaxed state with every breath, every sound, every movement as you drift deeper still with every number I count. You're taking step 5 and you're halfway down as you gently calmly, easily move on over to an even deeper level. You're taking step 4 and 3 as every sound, every noise, every sensation inside out becomes less and less important as you drift deeper and further into the most wonderful healing, the most liberating, the most empowering state of relaxation and hypnosis. You're taking step 2 and 1 as you calmly, easily drift, float, dream down into an even deeper level with every word, every beat of your heart, every breath that you take. And deeper simply means you're going deeper into an awareness of yourself. And the deeper you go, the better you feel, and the better you feel, the deeper you go. Just sleep deeply now, 10, 20, 100 times deeper. And every time I click my fingers and say the words, sleep deeply, go deeply, drift deeply, you're simply going deeper and deeper and deeper into a wonderful, relaxed state of hypnosis. And hypnosis is not about being asleep. It's a sleep of the nervous system. It's about being suggestible, being in your super learning mind. And the only question you need to ask yourself is, am I accepting suggestions? Because every suggestion you accept makes the next one easier, and the next one easier still. So just like we practiced, stretch your arms out in front of you, that shoulder height, just straight out in front of you. That's perfect. And I want you to imagine now that in the palm of each hand is a powerful magnet. And as I count, you can feel the pull of those magnets drawing your arms in. As you hear the sound of my voice, those magnets are getting stronger and stronger, and the current, the force of those magnets is starting to pull your hands together. You can feel them moving together, coming together, pulling your arms, your hands together. Your thumbs, your fingertips, your wrists all are moving, pulling, closing, drawing together. And as your arms are moving together, you're moving deeper and deeper into hypnosis. And as your palms come together and touch together, you're drifting deeper and deeper into hypnosis. And you can easily, effortlessly let them drift, float, glide back down to your sides, feeling the most healing, powerful, wonderful state of hypnosis. And as you go deeper and deeper, 50 times deeper, because your hands have come together, drawn together, you've dropped them down now, simply, gently, easily down into your lap. Just sleep. That's perfect. And as I click my fingers, you're going deeper and deeper and deeper, responding perfectly, exactly the way you are. I want you to imagine now that your eyelids are glued shut, sealed shut, locked together. So much so that the harder you try to open your eyes, the more you find they are sealed shut, glued shut, locked tight. And even when you try to open them, you find they are sealed shut, and you go deeper. If you try to open them, you find they are fused shut, and you go deeper. And just one more time, as you try to open your eyes, you find they are sealed shut, glued shut, locked tight. As you go deeper and deeper into a wonderful, relaxed state of hypnosis. And you can see now that you have an extraordinary gift because you are so suggestible, and that's an amazing asset. But it's only an asset when you learn to give yourself amazing suggestions, because somewhere, somehow in your life, you've given yourself an not so amazing suggestion that has manifested into this resistance to receiving money, and that belief, that fear, that concern that created this lack of flow, this feeling of scarcity, is something that you created. You decided about yourself, about how life is, about how you need to move through life. But today we're going to change that. We're going to shift that. So imagining that your arms, your hands are so heavy now that if I were to lift them, if I were there in the room with you and I were to lift one of your arms, it would remain loose, limp, lazy, relaxed, feeling the weight of your body surrendering into the place that you are as your conscious mind just drifts off and enjoys this wonderful feeling starting right now. And speaking to that deeper part of you, I'm speaking to your unconscious mind. As your unconscious mind comes forward, your conscious mind just drifts further and further away as you go deeper and deeper, resting easily, gently, calmly, knowing that today you are changing your beliefs about money, and that is changing your whole life. You see, first you make your beliefs, and then your beliefs make you, and then you go out into the world and your mind honors what you believe. And when you change your beliefs, everything changes. Your mind takes you to what you focus on, and your beliefs are yours to change. And today you are making the decision, the choice to change your beliefs right now. You're choosing to change. You're changing them now, changing your old beliefs about money, scarcity, and lack this very minute. You're choosing to shatter, smash, erase, wipe out, give up, eradicate any old beliefs about money that don't serve you any longer. And you're doing a phenomenal job of giving yourself better beliefs. You see, one of the rules of the mind is that you must act in a way that absolutely matches your thinking. You have to act in a way that is utterly consistent with what you believe. And when you believe there's no money or not enough money or that you can't hold on to money, you act in a way that matches that belief. But here today, you're changing that belief. And as you change your beliefs, guess what? Your very biochemistry changes, your biology changes as your beliefs change. And as you change your thoughts, your perception about money, about yourself, everything is changing. So as you go deeper, your brilliant mind does what it thinks you want it to do. And as you hear my voice, your mind understands what you want, what you insist on, what you require of yourself, what you give yourself right now is rapid rewiring for wealth. The knowing that you are deserving of money, you are worthy of all the money, success, and abundance you desire. So today and every day, as you listen to this recording, you're rewiring your brain for greater abundance. You give and receive. You give of your skill. You give of your talent and expertise. You give of your time, and you receive very handsomely in exchange for your time and talents, because you provide value. And you receive a good paycheck, a healthy paycheck. You have a healthy bank balance that is growing all the time because you give and you receive. You give and receive because you know there is plenty for everyone, and you're allowing yourself to receive this money in exchange for your energy, your time, your expertise, because you provide value and you are worthy of receiving this abundance. Because today you're reminding yourself that you are enough. You always have been enough. You always will be enough, and nothing can ever change that. And as you know that you are enough, you also know you are capable, confident, and calm. You easily are able to create plans and structures to successfully move your business or career forward because you believe in yourself. You believe in your gifts, your talents, your expertise. You trust yourself, your capabilities to start and finish plans and goals because you are owning your power, knowing your worth, showing up each day fully, authentically, filled with self-love as you live your life on purpose. Just like oxygen, you breathe in and breathe out. Always trusting that this air will be there for you. And money is just the same, it's energy. And there's abundance of energy, just as there is an abundance of money. And now you're letting yourself give and receive money, just like breathing. You make money, you keep money, you save money, you give money in exchange for energy. And you're giving your time, your talents, and expertise, and you are receiving money in exchange for your talents and expertise because you provide value, lots of value. It's so natural, just like breathing. You do this so easily. And the more you do it, the easier it is. And the easier it is, the more you do it. And as you believe in yourself and your abilities, you value yourself more and more. And as you value yourself, others value you more and more. Money goes into your bank account every week. You spend wisely, you save wisely, because any fears about it running out, or I can't hold on to it, or I don't deserve it, it's not available to me, or I have no value, or I'm not enough. All those fears, they are just a thing of the past. They are so far behind you. They are gone like water down the drain. And money comes to you, and you attract money, you keep money, you invest your money, because what you want wants you, and what you are moving towards is absolutely moving towards you. And as your mind begins to understand that what you want, that what you insist on, that what you require of yourself is to attract and maintain a healthy relationship with money, because you believe in yourself, you know that you are enough, you know that you provide value, you always have been, you always will be enough. And because you believe in yourself, you attract and maintain a healthy paycheck every month, whether you're working for yourself or working for someone else. You attract money, you save money, you spend it wisely, you generate wealth. And every time you know that you deserve that money, that you are worthy of receiving that money, you earned it, and you believe in your ability to attract and maintain and invest money, because you are enough. You provide value. You are worthy, deserving of all the success and abundance you can imagine. And your clients believe in you, and you believe in you, and they pay you well because you provide value. This image of you making money, investing money, keeping money, this image is so clear, so real, so lifelike. It is you. It is you more so with every single moment that passes. This image is so real, so attainable. And every day your brilliant mind motivates you, conditions you, compels you, programs you to believe in your ability to generate more and more income. You see this in your mind's eye and you feel it. You sense the joy, the peace, the freedom of this feeling, and it feels so good all throughout your body. And as you believe in this image of you generating income, this knowledge of that, of course, you can generate income consistently. This belief that you can, you will, you are generating more income. This image is so clear, so real, so lifelike. These images of you attracting more and more income, having more abundance, attracting more wealth into your life. This image is having the most powerful, permanent, all pervasive impact on you. This image is exciting your imagination, and it stays with you throughout every cell, every fiber of your being. And it feels so good, feeling that peace, that joy, that excitement, letting that flood through all throughout your body. And you're aware that you have the power, so much power, to increase your income. And you use that power, you take that power every day. You know that simply hearing these words and thinking these thoughts and seeing these images in your mind's eye, accepting these suggestions is having such a powerful effect on you. You're responding powerfully, wonderfully to these direct mental commands. And of course, just hearing what I'm saying, just listening to my voice, to these words, is causing your mind to actually see what I'm describing. And your body is feeling the feeling of this joy, this freedom. And your mind is going ahead and manifesting this for you. The image is a blueprint, and now you're moving towards that blueprint like a heat-seeking missile. Because what you want wants you. What you are moving towards is moving towards you, and you are moving towards abundance. You are generating more money consistently, constantly, easily. And these words are having a constant, consistent, ever present impact on you. And you ask for the right fees or ask for a raise because you know you are worth it. So as you go deeper into this absolutely relaxed state, you're aware of such a powerful transformation taking place in you. You are deserving of more wealth, more abundance, because you are worthy of it. You attract money consistently, effortlessly, so easily because you know that you are worth it. And you look at your bank statement and you see that this is money I'm attracting because what you are doing so skillfully, so beautifully, so successfully is changing your energy, raising your vibration around money. Instead of looking at your bank account with fear or dread or lack, every week you save money and you're worth more and you deserve more because money is available to you. So I want you to say out loud with me now, because no one can hear you. This is just for you and your subconscious. I want you to say out loud with me now, I am worthy of abundance. I deserve abundance. Abundance is available to me. I'm earning more money. Money is available to me. Money is coming to me as I move towards more money. I provide value. I give and receive. I'm generating wealth. There is an abundance of money that I can have. More and more money is moving towards me. What I want wants me. I'm consistently generating plenty of money. And as I do, I'm living my best life on my terms. I'm living the life I want to live. I'm free. I'm focused and clear, following through easily to reach my goals. I am creative, healthy, and abundant. I'm thriving in my life. because I am enough. I'm doing what I'm meant to do. I'm so happy and proud of myself. I'm confident in what I have to offer the world. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm healthy and in the best shape of my life. I'm confident in who I am. I'm living the life I've envisioned for myself. I'm well paid. I'm respected. I'm balanced and grounded. I'm free to live my life fully. I am limitless. And every day you're aware of a wonderful change, a powerful, permanent change in your energy, in your relationship with money, in your belief system. You know your worth. You know you deserve abundance. You know that abundance is available to you. And as you change your belief, everything changes. Everything is available to you. And when you believe you are abundant, you become abundant. You're a lovable person with a tremendous set of skills, and you deserve and are entitled to a salary that is good for you. And you are attracting that, drawing it to you with every breath you take. And you're moving away from scarcity and lack and moving towards an abundant mindset that everything is available to you, including money, because money is energy and there's always an abundance of energy, just like oxygen as you breathe in and breathe out. You give and you receive. And as you give of your time and your talents and expertise, you're receiving more and more abundance in exchange for your expertise, your brilliance, your wisdom that you have to share with the world. And every day you play this recording for at least 21 days, and then regularly after that, to maintain this healthy, wealthy, wise relationship with money. And as you do this, everything is in the right place at the right time, compelling you, conditioning you to have, to maintain, to sustain for the rest of your life a phenomenal, abundant relationship with money. So knowing it, feeling it, believing it, literally becoming it, feeling so good about your ability to do this. Just watch as your relationship, your belief system, your whole energy about money changes forever from this day on and for the rest of your life. And as you do, you can slowly, calmly, easily, effortlessly just start to come back to full awareness. On the count of 1 and 2, taking a deep breath in, wiggling your fingers and toes, feeling so good, so light, so free, so abundant. Slowly returning to the room on the count of 3 and 4, knowing it, feeling it, believing it, loving it, living it, embracing it, owning it. On the count of 5, slowly open your eyes and fill up your lungs and put a smile on your face, knowing that you are worthy of receiving all the abundance and wealth you can imagine right now. So take a deep breath in, coming back to the room, turning your videos back on so I can see your smiling faces. Coming all the way back to the room. That's perfect. So how's everybody doing? I'm going to unmute everyone. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So how was that, everyone?
It was awesome.
What was that experience like for those of you who have never dropped into a state of hypnosis before? Anyone? Don't be shy.
I did it before. It felt really good.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
did you?
visualizing all of the money coming to the room and just, you know, stacked up in my house. It's nice.
Perfect. Perfect. I love that. Who else had any interesting imagery that came forward for them as they went through this? Y'all can unmute yourselves if you need to. Let me know how that experience was for you. Unless they're all still deep in hypnosis, right? That could be the case too. How about you, Jennifer? How was that for you?
Me, Jennifer?
Yes.
It was good. It was really relaxing, and it was interesting going down the crystal staircase, and I could still hear, like, as I was relaxing, I could still feel my mind being like, what am I doing? What is this? Like the chatter going on.
Mm-hmm.
And but when you did the magnet hand things, like I couldn't keep my arms apart. I was like, oh, well, even though I can't completely, quiet my mind, it's still working.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's often the case. Folks have very busy minds, right? And the whole deepening process is about helping you move beyond that critical judging mind. What is this? I can't open. Can I open my eyes? How was the magnet thing for everyone? How was that experience for you? Was some people get really like, whoa, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
really cool.
For me, if I wanted to not do it, I want to do it, but my hands are just kind of like, I feel them gluing themselves together. Oh, it's like, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing how powerful our minds are, right? So I'm gonna go back here to this because I have slides. So we did that. All right, so I wanted to share this with you because this is it always fascinates me the kind of results that people get, and everybody's different. Some people have instant results, some people it takes a little time. But this woman, Tammy Denise, she sent this to me just 2 days after her session. She said, "Hi, Michele, I'm blown away a bit at what transpired since our session. I'm happy to report that since the session, my organization has been awarded $95,000 and an outstanding invoice since January for $15,000 is on its way. And we're also negotiating another contract for $100,000. I really don't know what to say other than offer thanks to God and to you. I'll keep you posted." And I checked in with her again just yesterday. And what did she say? She said, "I have thought of you regularly since our sessions. Financial resources and opportunities have continued to unfold. And when it happens, I thank God and I think of you in our session. And I've been bold in my request for financial compensation and unafraid to ask for my worth." So those are the things that just make my day and light me up and like, yay, another super success story for folks. So, the thing that I really want to leave you with is that accessing the power of your conscious mind is really, really life-changing. And so I'm gonna see if I can do this. This is me learning how to use this and mute everyone all at the same time. There we go. This is me learning how to talk and drive Zoom all at the same time, which doesn't always necessarily go the way I had planned it, but that's okay. So yes, bottom line, accessing the power of your subconscious mind can absolutely be life-changing, whether it's shifting your money conversation or healing your body. I had another client that I worked with earlier this year who had severe adrenal fatigue, and he'd been under the doctor's care for 2.5 years, and he was slowly making progress. And he was tracking everything. He was tracking his blood work. He was monitoring his diet very carefully, very strictly, his sleep, everything. And what we saw in a matter of 90 days was a huge shift from like being at what his doctor said he was maybe at like 45% health. Inside of 90 days, that came up to about 85%. It was really a significant shift. And, since then, his next business adventure is on track to become another multi-million-dollar company. So it's super exciting when I can see folks create those powerful shifts for themselves and their bodies, because ultimately we all just want to live a happy life and feel good and do good work in the world, right? So, so as my gift for you all for being here today, I'm going to take the recording that we just did. I'm going to edit it into just that piece of it, and I'll mix in the binaural music, and I'll send that to you all for being here on the call with me today. And so your homework, okay, is to listen to it every night as you go to sleep for the next 30 days, 21 to 30 days, and just start to notice what shifts you're sensing as you do this. And please email me with any ahas and insights that you're experiencing as you go through this. It's like getting little gifts in my email box when people are like, hey, this happened, right? It's so beautiful. So I would love to share that with you and help you celebrate virtually, right? And so you have the power to master your mindset. So what are you waiting for? If there's something in your life that's not working, that's keeping you spinning in circles, then please, that's the link to book a discovery session with me. It's a complimentary session. We'll spend 30 to 40 minutes and have a chat. And you can tell me all about what's not working for you, and we can see how we can shift that and rewire your thinking so that you can have more joy, more abundance, more health and well-being in your life, right? To have more of what you want and less of what you don't want. All right. So we're gonna pause there, and I'm gonna stop the share, and I'm gonna unmute everyone and see what questions anyone has about everything we talked about today. I tend to have a lot to share and overshare sometimes, so I have to be careful that I don't overwhelm you with too much geeky neuroscience stuff. So what questions can I answer?
I had one. So I'm doing the other meditation, so I was just wondering if I just add it in somewhere, like in the morning, or when should I do this one if I'm going to do it for the next 21 days too?
So I would listen to this recording as you go to sleep at night, right? And Gabby's referring to the meditation for abundance that I sent her. It's a meditation. You can find it on my website. If you go to the Brain Candy section, it's free. You can download it. There's a couple of other guided meditations there. And I recommend listening to the meditation for abundance first thing in the morning, because it's a way of kind of planning your day and kind of pre-paving how you want your day to go, looking at where you are and where you want to be 3 years from now, and then what are the baby steps that you need to take starting today to get you to that future state. Okay?
Okay.
What else?
Well, I like the geeky neuroscience stuff. I actually had a question about that. Is there a reason why you did 10 steps down, but on the way back up, you stopped us at 5?
For simplicity's sake, on the way back up.
Okay. because my eyes were like, I can't come unglued yet. We're only on 5.
That's great. No one's ever said that to me. I love it. Yeah, it's just bringing you back up to a more quick state. And as you listen to this, as you go to sleep at night, you can also just tell your mind, when it's done, I'm just going to go to sleep, and that's fine, right? You don't have to come back to full awareness at the end of it if you're trying to sleep at night. So I always tell folks that download the recording that I'll send you, create a playlist on your music library, right? Whether it's iTunes or your music player. And that way it's just on your phone, on your smartphone, and you can plug your earbuds in as you go to sleep, and off to la la land you go. So I love it when my clients tell me that they get to sleep with me at night. I'm like, great. What else? What other questions can I answer for you? One of my favorite stories that I love sharing, and the power of this recording, right? I had a client that I worked with who has a 5-year-old son. And early on, I suggested that she listen to her I Am Enough recording with her son, because they would do a meditation at night to put him to sleep. And so every night at bedtime, they'd do their meditation together, and then they would listen to Miss Michele, right? And I thought it was very sweet. And this client told me that one night they had done meditation and she thought her son was asleep. So she started to tiptoe out of the room, and he's like, wait, where's Miss Michele? But even better was, like, a few days later, he said to her, Mommy, I can't get my eyes open. She's like, what? What's wrong? And this 5-year-old says to her, my eyes are glued shut, sealed shut, locked tight. I loved it. I was like, that is best. That just made my whole year. So yeah, I just love, sharing this work with you all. And I hope that you have found this webinar to be helpful and informative. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My email address is Michele with 1 L. I'll put it here in the chat box, Michele@nectarconsulting.com. And you can email me with questions. You can visit my website, nectarconsulting.com, and schedule a discovery session, or just poke around. There's a lot of great stuff there, a lot of free stuff for folks as well. And, and if you happen to have a group or an organization that you belong to, or a mastermind group that this Rewire Your Relationship with Money session would be of service to, then please email me and we can see about scheduling that, because I love doing this for different groups. So on that note, I'm going to open it back up to see if there's any other questions. Any last thoughts from anyone about your experience tonight?
It was great. In addition to the last one, I'm really happy that you did this.
Great. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for being here. It's nice to see some familiar faces and names. So, all right. Well, everyone, you have a blessed evening. Thank you so much for being here with me. It's been my joy and honor to share this with you. And be on the lookout for an email from me within the next 24 hours that has the recording, the transformation recording, so you can start to listen to it. Okay. And if you have any questions as you're going through it, or things get a little wobbly, that's normal. So just feel free to reach out and ask me any questions. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, y'all have a great evening, and I will see you soon. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Michele.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.